As long as Ben and I have been married, our lives have been run by the Army. But I guess that's the price you pay for falling in love with a military man.
Ann Purcell married Ben, a career military officer, in 1951. After 16 years of marriage, 5 children, and many moves, they are living in Boonville, Missouri, where he is stationed as a colonel.
Ben and I both know he'll be going to Vietnam sooner or later. So we figure if he volunteers to go to Vietnam, the family has a choice as to where they stay.
The family had a choice as to where they stayed, and we would stay in Boonville because it was already like home, having lived there 4 years. I dreaded seeing him go, but I knew that was his duty. And so I just accepted it that way.
Right before we leave to see Ben off, he surprises me with a pair of audio recorders. He's gonna take one to Vietnam with him, and I'll keep the other so we can record tapes and mail them back and forth. When we get to the airport, I give Ben one last kiss and tell him he better try out that recorder as soon as he gets there and let me know that everything's okay.
But the war Colonel Purcell is about to join is not going as planned. Although U.S. forces conduct hundreds of search and destroy operations, including massive sweeps involving up to 30,000 soldiers at a time, the North Vietnamese and Viet Cong are elusive, refusing to engage in lockdown, drawn-out combat. Finally, near the end of October 1967, U.S. forces locate 6,000 North Vietnamese soldiers massing near the American base at Dak To in Kon Tum province. More than 6,500 U.S. and South Vietnamese soldiers, along with attack helicopters, fighter bombers, and the mightiest aircraft in the U.S. arsenal, the B-52 bomber, are deployed to the region. November 3rd, 1967, shortly after mid-morning, the first group of 3 B-52s prepares to unleash nearly 6 tons of high explosives before the ground troops move in. The largest clash with the NVA since the Ya Drang Valley begins.
Bombers have been coming in over here. You can feel the ground shaking like jello.
Sergeant Charles Brown has recovered from his wounds and is back with the 173rd Airborne Brigade on his way to relieve American units engaged in heavy combat outside of Dak To.
We can hear the gunfire as we get closer. The sounds of M16s and AK-47.